we need to be paying attention to the bond market. I don't know if you've seen what's going on with the 10-year note, but it is sending, in my opinion, a pretty clear signal that they expect rate cuts, and they expect them soon. You know my opinion about rate cuts. My hope is we don't do them till November. But yes, rates are down again today. It definitely seems like the market is setting up for September. And what does that mean for you and I? Well, we will get indication next week. Next week, the Fed meets. And of course, we will not only get their statement, but we will get Jerome Powell in front of a microphone where he will set up a September rate hike if they expect one. So again, we will know more next week. We are getting a very kind of economic data picture and earnings picture that is frankly different. What do I mean by that? Well, on the economic front, we got a couple of numbers today that are kind of in the sweet spot for the Fed. First, Q2 real GDP. Q2 real GDP was expected to come in at 2.4. It actually came in at 2.8. Again, this is real GDP. Real, of course, meaning adjusted for inflation. So again, the economy, is growing. You and I must know that we should wait for revisions. This, again, is the first cut for Q2 GDP. We will get two more. To remind you about Q1, I think Q1 came in at something like, 3.1% in the initial reading, and ultimately was revised down to something like 1.7. But regardless, the data in front of the Fed says that the economy is still handling rates, right? The economy grew at 2.8%. Next up, the unemployment claims. I highlighted this week. We had a 2-week period where weekly unemployment claims were potentially impacted by July 4th, right? The first week was July 4th, so there was only 4 reporting days. Then the next week was kind of the makeup week. Now we have the first unemployment, weekly unemployment claims X July 4th. And they came in better than expected. They were expected to continue to be above 240, actually at 245. They actually came in at 235. So again, we are right back to where we were pre-July 4th, somewhere in the 230s. So weekly unemployment claims might be rising, but they are certainly going slowly up the stairs. So again, nothing breaking just yet. The GDP looking strong. We will get PCE tomorrow, which is expected to be a decent number as well. So again, employment market not breaking. Growth is okay. Inflation is coming down. Why would the Fed cut, in my opinion? We did get a reading on PMI, US PMI flash manufacturing. Again, this is one of the readings that says, hey, what's going on in the country? Again, the number here to watch is simply, is it above or below 50? Below 50 equals contraction. Above 50 equals growth. We obviously want growth. PMI manufacturing came in at 49.5. So in contraction mode. It was estimated to come in at 51.5. So a miss to the downside. Then we got durable goods. Again, folks, we've talked about durable goods the last 6 months or so. These are items that expected to last 3 years or more. New orders month on month came in a shocking low number, negative 6.6%. The estimate was for a positive 0.3, so a very big miss. However, if you X transportation, like airplanes and big things like that, it was actually up 0.5. Expectations was 0.2. So when I look at numbers like that, it was a huge miss to the downside. But if you then go in and you go X transports, it was a decent number. So again, the economy seems to be handling these higher rates, at least when you look at the economic numbers. Now, let's go on to earnings. right? I think we are starting to hear from interest rate sensitive sectors like housing and autos, and it's not good. First and foremost, we had Ford Motor Company. They actually beat on revenue, but they missed on earnings due to warranty costs. They did not raise their guidance. What else do we got? American Airlines missed on revenue, but beat earnings and cut forecast. Again, travel. Southwest profit falls 46%. So again, we are looking very likely like airfare is going to get cheaper. They're bringing on more and more planes as we are cutting back our travel, and lo and behold, you will get cheaper air flights. That is my guess or my prediction. What else do we got? We got Trueflation. Trueflation. I don't know if you guys have gone to Trueflation or checked out Trueflation on X or Twitter, but Trueflation is indicating that the Fed has won. Again, remember, you've heard the Fed talk about this 2% inflation. Really, they talk about 2% average inflation, but most people just say, hey, they want 2%. Well, congratulations. According to Trueflation, they have done their job. Trueflation, of course, takes in about 5,000 metrics and continually updates their model. Trueflation is now saying that inflation is 1.75%. 1.75%, while the government is telling us inflation is 3%. Again, it feels to me like the government using economic models is looking in the rearview mirror, where we look out the window and go, things are not as good as they appear. We got AMC Entertainment warning that Q2 earnings will be weak. Again, not a lot of great movies out. Anybody seen a great movie? If you've seen a great movie in a movie theater in the last 30 days, do me a favor, leave it in the comments. I don't remember the last time we went to a movie theater. Yeah, I can't recall the last time. IBM beat top line and bottom line. They are seeing a growing AI business up to $2 billion in their last report. Again, IBM is one of those companies that I look at, not for its US presence, but I look at IBM for their global presence. Again, it appears that IBM is doing well and companies are investing in AI. Chipotle, good news, folks. Chipotle is not planning to raise prices anymore in 2024. That would be good for you because, again, it has gotten really expensive to buy a burrito at Chipotle. Man, it's gotten pretty expensive. But they highlighted that they beat top line, beat bottom line. Traffic is up 8.7%, and they reiterated guidance. So, folks, a lot of stuff going on in the economy. We get a big number tomorrow, PCE. PCE, generally speaking, the experts have been correct or close because they can take the inputs from CPI and PPI and do the back of the napkin math. So I don't expect any shocking revelations from PCE. It'll just show it coming in. I do want to highlight that based on several conversations I had yesterday with Adrian and Beth and the like, that it appears the housing market is performing exactly like you and I have discussed. The housing market is slowing down. Buyers are revolting. Buyers don't want to buy a big house or buy a new car when they are nervous, scared, or pissed off. It's just a fact. And we are in this election cycle, which always promised to be one of a kind. And boy, has it lived up. It not only did we have that attempt on President Trump, we now have Biden dropping out, being replaced. It is going to be a wild 4 months. My hope is we work on positions and we don't, get horrible name calling and all of that. We don't need any of that. Let's get to November. Let's vote and let's move forward. So again, lots of things going on. I do want to let you know that if you didn't attend the accountability group in school yesterday, we will get that posted shortly. It went for over 4 hours. Frank is a monster. Frank had a accountability group that went for 4 hours. They talked about termite treatments, installing dishwashers, garbage disposals. Again, it is an open forum for new investors to ask questions of experienced investors. Obviously, you should know that tomorrow, Friday, Matt the Mortgage Guy will be handling your mortgage questions, I think at 10 a.m. And then if you can't make Wednesday's accountability group, which goes off at 6 o'clock Pacific, you now have a treat. There is a East Coast accountability group that goes on Sundays. So don't know what I'm talking about? Go to the calendar. You will see it. And then we did schedule Adrian Hernandez. Adrian Hernandez will be our next millionaire talking to our school community next week. I think it's next Wednesday. So folks, I hope you have an amazing day. Don't forget tomorrow, episode 4 of Buying Vegas. Buying Vegas, I think it comes out at 5 p.m. tomorrow. You get to meet a new member, right? Somebody you haven't met yet, talking about an asset class that I know nothing about. So I look forward to sharing that with you. Another amazing Vegas resource. Take care of yourself. Have an amazing day. And lastly, I found where YouTube moved the vertical horizontal button. So we're doing this horizontal, which I like better. Hopefully you do too. Thanks, folks. Take care. Bye.